December 21st, 1988. In a few short, violent moments, 270 people died. 11 of the victims were killed on the ground in Lockerbie when debris from Pan Am 103 rained down on their streets and homes. The aircraft, luggage and bodies were scattered over a wide area. People from 21 countries filled these coffins. 189 of them were American. The investigation that started at this massive crime scene led investigators to two suspects, Libyan men, Abdel Basset Ali al-Megrahi and Al-Amin Khalifa Fima. Libya refused to hand them over until 1999. A year later, their trial began at a special Scottish court sitting in the Netherlands. They were accused of being Libyan intelligence agents and planting a bomb in a suitcase on the doomed flight. The prosecution's case was circumstantial. It was strong enough to convict Megrahi, but his co-accused walked free. Megrahi was sentenced to life in a Scottish prison. He appealed the conviction, but lost. After the Lockerbie trial, relations between Libya's President Gaddafi and the world began to warm. Libya paid compensation to the families of Lockerbie victims and accepted responsibility for the bombing. It abandoned its nuclear weapons program. Libya was considered open for international trade and diplomacy. In 2007, British Prime Minister Tony Blair met President Gaddafi and agreed to establish a prisoner transfer agreement, or PTA, between the two countries. Blair initially insisted it wouldn't include Megrahi. At that time, oil company BP also negotiated with Libya for permission to search for oil reserves off Libya's coast. But that exploration deal and the PTA were held up by one issue, Megrahi. Libya insisted he be eligible for transfer to a prison in his own country. BP lobbied the British government to secure the PTA so its deal could also go ahead, but says it never mentioned Megrahi. Eventually, Britain backed down, agreeing to a prisoner transfer deal without exceptions. In late 2008, Megrahi was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer. He still said he was innocent and began fighting a second appeal, but he dropped that action in August in 2009 to focus on two other options. He applied for a transfer to a Libyan prison, and he asked for a compassionate release. On August 20th, 2009, Scottish Justice Secretary Kenny McCaskill announced Megrahi's transfer application was rejected. But he would be freed on compassionate grounds because doctors estimated he had only 3 months to live.
He is going to die.
That same day, Megrahi boarded a plane for Libya and returned home to cheering crowds. In the days following, he was seen looking weak and unwell. 1 year later, the Libyan government says he is still alive, but very sick. Phil Black, CNN, London.